Welcome to another Model Downs product review, come AAR this time. I guess I'm going to call it a PRA. There's been a couple of readers who have downloaded the demo of Combat Mission, Battle for Normandy, and I thought it might be useful if I showed others what you're getting in the main game. I'm going to be playing a small scenario included in the full version of the game. The scenario is called Buying the Farm, and I'll be playing as the Americans. You'll be able to get a glimpse of the game, how it plays, as well as an opportunity to follow my exploits as a US company commander. Let's get started. Well, here we are at the start screen. I'm going to click on Battle and then go into the range of battles that are available. I'm going to pick Buying the Farm. You can see over here these two soldiers indicate it's a relatively small game, good for me to start with. It's elements of the 29th Infantry Division advancing near Isigny, and I can play as either the US against the Artificial Intelligence or as a head-to-head. Well, I'm going to play against the computer, so I'll select the US forces. I'm going to play it one player real time. You can set it as turn-based, hot seat, email or LAN. Go real time, and there's a variety of different complexity settings. You can see I'm just one above basic training. I'm going to stick with veteran. So click on OK and the game will boot up. It might take a few minutes, so bear with me. We'll be moved into the opening screen where we can see the scenario, and what I'll do is I'll have a look at the forces that are available, and then I'll look at the objective and we'll have a bit of a plan. What we'll see in a few minutes is a blue zone where you will see the number of troops that I've got at my disposal. I think I've got a platoon of M4 Stuarts and a company of infantry. Before we look at that, we can see the scenario. You can see here we've got the situation report as of the 8th of June. We've got an overall area map, situational map, so it's I'm commanding Able Company, the 1st Battalion of the 175th Infantry Regiment, and I have in support a platoon of Stuart light tanks, an HMG for the battalion's heavy weapons company, and I think some 81mm on call. Up here are the objectives. I've got to destroy Axis forces, which is worth 250 points. If I sustain less than 15% of my own casualties, I get another 250 points. If I occupy the farmhouse, I get 200. If I get 700, I get an allied victory. If we have a look at the tactical map, you will see that I'll be attacking from the southwest corner of the farmhouse, and German positions are indicated on this hedge line here, and predictably on this hedge line here. So looking at this, we've got a road at the middle. I reckon I'm going to try and push the bulk of my troops in here, suppress, advance, cut up, move and cut in here, and then maybe I'll launch a diversionary attack up this road. Let's have a look.
Listen up.
So here we are on the main screen. If we scroll around for a 360, you'll see that I'm on the edge of the board, and if I move up the table here, I can spin around and you'll see the objective in the distance. So that's what I've got to capture. Let's have a look what we've got. If I zoom down and see my chap so we can see where we're at here, you can see the objective in the distance, you can hear the engines turning over. Double left clicking on the command stand shows that the units under my command there, so you see I've got a rifle platoon.
Yes,
down here are the stats, number of troops and the commands through a series of menus. So bear with me a few minutes whilst I deploy my troops and we'll get back into the action. So welcome back. You can see that I've deployed my forces. Now we're looking at the objective. Looking to my left, you can see the open ground behind the hedge is where I hope to advance. If we scroll across here, let's look up the road. I'm going to cross that road, moving laterally across the board. I'm going to start to put troops. The Stuarts will go in through here and cover the field and through this entrance here, and then my intention would be to advance across this field utilising the cover provided by this barn. Let's have a look at that. I'll deploy my mortars behind this barn, and then we will advance up to this hedge line where we're expecting to meet enemy resistance according to our predictions. We've got some murder holes there where the enemy may be deployed. That's what we can cross through. I'm going to try and move my armour through here to flank and turn that flank and turn this position here, and then I hope to advance up this field. Now what's interesting about this game is you can see I'm advancing uphill, so terrain really matters. You can see the wheat field, wheat is gently blowing in the breeze, so any HMGs in these buildings are going to be able to pour a murderous amount of fire down on my boys. If we look over here at the top of the farm down through the field system, you can see they've got excellent lines of sight across this field system, so I don't intend to be attacking across this open ground. And with the boggy ground there as well, I don't think my Stuarts are going to have much fun in that. The road, they may be covering that with an AT gun, I'm not sure. But I think I might be tempted to put up a platoon through this hedgerow here, and then cross it up here, and maybe be in a position to flank there, but I can't really see. There's no holes through this hedge line that I can see, and if we do flank, we'll come out directly in front of that position there, which is where we expect to beat the Germans, so could get a bit nasty. I'm not going to do that, I don't think. Right, so let's issue the first lot of orders before the game starts. I'm going to move my Stuarts first. Fast move. I'm going to move the first one to there. And you can see what I've done is I've told the computer to keep the tracking lines on so I can work out where all of my lads are going. So I'm going to put them on fast and quick move, 2 to each gap, and their job will be to cross the open ground at the start of the game. Now I've got 30 minutes to complete this mission, so I'm going to shunt my infantry at full pelt as well. And by clicking on the HQ unit you can move all of the troops in that command, but you can see with this one, for example, if we scroll down, they're going to go across the field system and go out to there. I don't want them to do that, so I'm going to click just that version of it, cancel their command and quickly move them along here. Now what's nice about this is you can see that when you click the area you want to deploy, and you can see that actually that's where the space will be occupied by the troops, and you can see I can put them up neatly into the base of this bocage. So there you go, that's that. I think it's time to start the game off. Right, let's see what the initial moves bring us then. Click the red button and off they go. I'll sit with the XO here, watch the action. There goes the first platoon moving off, and there goes the armour. What I'll do is I'll tag on to this one. We can follow it into battle. So our objective is now scrolling away on our right, across the road, and moving along with the infantry. Should bring us into position. Right, so let's put these on hunt. I'll put this on hunt. We'll break the tree line. Same with this one. So by putting them on hunt, it means they'll start looking for enemy targets, and I'm hoping to draw some fire out. If they don't draw fire themselves, and we've got the second platoon now, I'll undertake reconnaissance by fire, I think. Oh, that's the only trouble we're playing in real time. Let me just pause it. You can pause the game neatly there by pressing the red button. You can see again what I've got is a little bit of bleed. And we look at this platoon here, you can see there's a yellow line stretching from this section right across into that open ground, and that can be fatal. So what I'm going to do is find that unit, stop that command, and issue the command to move here. Right, and then restart the game. So you can play it, you're playing it real time, but you do have the ability to pause. Right, so let's have a look at Stuart sit down. Let's see if we can wake Jerry up with a bit of speculative fire. Go into combat, you can set target light, that means just use your HMGs. I'm just going to pour some fire in here and see if we can wake anybody up. There we go. Nope, no one at home. Right, I suppose that's reassuring. Let's push up this Stuart here and let's see if that wakes anybody up. You can see my men are neatly tucked in on the hedge line here, so this section here, I'm going to move them on, move to get them all tucked in neatly behind this hedge. And this one here as well. See that what I like about this game is that the men respond to the environment around them and don't do anything silly. Right. Now what I'm going to do, this is a nice feature of this game, is I'm going to set a target arm. I'm going to ask the crews here to cover this hedge line. So if when I move my infantry up we get a reaction, I know my armour will engage them with the appropriate weapons. And this means now I can concentrate on getting the rest of my lads up. Now we have a support section that I want to move up because these are the ones I'm going to get to occupy that barn. So I'm going to ask them to quick time it to here whilst getting my lads tucked in around here. Now I've got another platoon here. You can see that I can see why some people say it does become about micromanagement, because there is an element of that in this game and it is quite hard to monitor all the troops under your command. So let's have a bit of fire manoeuvre. I'm going to shunt them up to there. Let's shunt them up to there. Let's see if we can draw some fire. The other thing I think I might do... Hello, what's that? We're starting to take hits from the front there, you can see. And I'm going to pause it now because we've seen our first contact. There are some Germans been sighted here, and by double left clicking on the German unit it flags up to us in the highlight box that one of the Stuarts has seen a German unit, and the game is recording hits to the upper front hull and weapon mounts here. So what's nice about this game is that there's no Borg spotting. Only individual units that can see an enemy can shoot at it. So whilst only this Stuart can see it, we might be able to target or triangulate the fire. So that's interesting. Right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to ponder on this just for a moment. Let's just race up and see who we've got on the other side of this fence. At the minute, who can we see? Here's one of them. Jerry in the bushes. What's he going to be? There he is, peeping out. Right. Ah, and look, in front of this position, a barbed wire fence. Life just got a lot more difficult.